So greetings and welcome to my dog walk. That's my Chipper Doolittle. We're gonna take a walk down the street here. This is the road where I live on. I live here. There's my house back that way. And yeah, I got a little thought process I wanted to share with you today. I made a discovery. Got a lot of wildlife that lives here, and I'm a casual observer, and by so I become a naturalist, I become a biologist, I become someone who's interested in the workings of nature, and that comes with being a hunter. Come on, Chip, let's go. We got black bears here, we got wild hogs, and the discovery that I made the other day was, and I'm gonna show it to you here in just a minute. Come on, Chip. Was a bat. A bat had impaled itself on barbed wire fence. You saw it there on the thumbnail. I took a photograph of it best I could. Come on, Chip. Chipper gets to smelling stuff and he don't want to walk. Come on, walk. Anyhow, it led me to think about the impact that we have on our environment and habitat, and how it affects my thought process when it comes to hunting and fishing and these things that we so enjoy doing. And yeah, the fact that a bat impales itself on a barbed wire fence lends me to believe that maybe, and I'm not being factual about this, I'm just thinking these things through. Maybe barbed wire fences are bad. Of course they're not. They're not bad. We need them. But nothing, and I mean nothing, that we do goes without cost. And putting in the barbed wire fence, and I've seen doe fawns, deer fawns hung up in hog wire fences that died, couldn't free themselves, and of course that's heartbreaking. All these things are heartbreaking. But as I continue this journey through the thought process of what we deem as being things of value, and I hold all wildlife has a value, and my thought process of how we care for those things and conserve those things. We have turkeys here, and as a casual observer, we had like 15 hens and 3 gobblers. One of the gobblers got shot opening day, spring gobbler season, right over here, and of course they're well within their right to hunt private land. They had a turkey, so they shot it. And yeah, it's not okay, but it's okay, right? If it were me, it dang sure would have been okay. So that's just kind of the way it goes. It's kind of like, you know, I always get angry when somebody kills a buck that's what I would deem too young or too small. And yeah, it sets me off until it's my grandson that kills it. Well, then all of a sudden it's okay, right? So trying to keep these things in check and thinking them through is just like, you know, the barbed wire fence or the hog wire fence that affects wildlife, right? And the habitat that we so dearly love, and the impact of cattle and the turkeys we have here. We got poults. We got one hen gave birth to, I'm gonna say laid 10 eggs. How does that little bitty hen lay 10 eggs? How do I know that? Because she had 10 little poults, is what you call them. They're about that big. And they crossed the driveway in front of me, and I counted them 1 through 10, all following after her. I think she's down to like 6 now. And they're probably 3 weeks old. So I am learning about turkey hens and their poults by observation. not necessarily reading a book, but I read a lot of books, but learning things on the internet and YouTube and all that. I learn through hands-on, right, Chipper? I learn everything hands-on. If I'm a wildlife biologist, it's because I skin my own deer, right? And I gut my own deer and I look at that thing. And when I cut the antlers off, I look at the brain, and all of these things interest me. So, yeah, it's a lesson in wildlife biology. It's a lesson in conservation. And I'm a conservationist by virtue of association, that I hunt and fish and want to conserve. So though all of those thoughts came up when I came across this bat that impaled itself on the barbed wire, and yeah, it saddened me. It just did. I don't know why, it just did. Here it is right here. It's going to be mummified. The crows were trying to get at it the other day. It's about a week old now. I'm going to show you right at its face. Let me get the camera here. I hope it'll come out good. Look at that thing, man. Let's find out what kind of bat that is. I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to find out what kind of bat that is. That's one of them little bitty bats. Maybe you know, maybe you can comment. But yeah, that poor thing impaled itself on that barbed wire fence, and it lent me to a thought process. To a thought process that no matter what we do, we put in a road, right? Rattlesnake crosses the road, what happens? Somebody sees it, they run it over. Raccoons, possums, they don't see it, they don't care, they run it over. And buzzards, they come down and feed on it. It happens every day. It's a daily occurrence, right? And yeah, it kind of, if you hunt and somebody puts you on a guilt trip for killing wildlife, man, they don't even know what they're talking about, right? We are conservationists. We love wildlife. We want to conserve wildlife. We give wildlife value by virtue of our actions and virtue of what we do, and the preservation of wild lands, and the preservation of rural lands with landscape that doesn't have concrete and roads, and even, yeah, and barbed wire fences and hog wire fences that kill our wildlife. But it's everywhere. I'm going on. I think you get the gist of it, of what I've been kind of thinking about. And yeah, we have a lot of wildlife out here. We got black bears out here, we got wild hogs out here. Lake Griffin is just right over that way. If you go north of here, it goes at least straight to Ocala National Forest. I could drive my car and be there at the southern end of Ocala in 20 minutes. So yeah, I don't live too far away. I got a big swamp right back there. That's my neighbor over there. He's got the cows. He got a chain link fence right here. In my opinion, is worthless. But whatever. But man, I see great horned owls out here. I see barred owls. We got a lot of barred owls. And this has a very rural setting, but I'll be honest with you, it's more urban than it is rural. In spite of the fact that we have all this wildlife that live, because the lake and the swamp, that swamp's big, man. It goes all the way up Lake Unity Road and all the way back around to the, that swamp goes all the way back around to the lake, and then this over here goes all the way back to Lake Griffin. So yeah, if somebody runs over a bobcat, man, that sets me off. But if somebody shoots a bobcat because they're trying to preserve or encourage the existence of wild turkeys, well, then that doesn't make me so mad, right? It's a very convoluted, complicated thought process of which there are no straightforward answers. We all have to work it out for ourselves, what we find acceptable and what we find that's not acceptable. It's acceptable for my grandson to shoot a deer that's small and young, but it's not okay for you to do it. And that's something I have to work on, right? How can that be both ways? Well, it can't. You've got to work that through, and everyone has to do it on their own, in their own way, through their own thought process. I hope I pricked your thought process. I hope I pricked your mind to think about things and work them out in your head. You know, and again, with the rattlesnakes and the water moccasins, I don't shoot anything in the wilderness when I'm hunting other than the target species. If I'm going turkey hunting, I do not shoot water moccasins. I do not shoot rattlesnakes. They're not on my list of things to kill. I am a conservationist. I'm a hunter. And yeah, if I go squirrel hunting, I go squirrel hunting. I'm not saying there's not an opportunity if you go deer hunting to shoot and you see a wild hog, you want to shoot it. That's certainly okay, even though it might not have been on your list, your target list. In my view, going deer hunting and killing a wild hog is kind of like going bass fishing, catching a mudfish. It's okay, I'll take it. It's really not what I'm after. All right, we love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to. This is the Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman YouTube channel. See ya. Bye.